We're now moving on to weighting the clavicle. Now in the last one I actually turned my wireframe off and my color feedback off, so I want to turn those back on. And now in this case I'm just going to lift up my shoulder like that, and you can see there's like really not much influence on here. But I'm just going to add on top of it, and I do need to do some cleanup down here too. So I'll go into my weighting and I'll just start adding on to this. I'll go into this influence and I'll say add. And I can leave. I can go at 0.1. I always see the clavicle, a little bit of weighting in the back here. Okay. Go into B, increase my brush size, and I'll just start painting weight on top here. And I'll just kind of lift up, lift up, lift off. Now I am going to have to move the arm around a lot more on here to get a good effect, to make sure. And when your clavicle raises up, it does raise up underneath your chest. Okay, I'm just kind of lifting them up. It's just a lot easier to add this as we go along. And of course, we're going to have to smooth. Okay, that's not looking very good. Okay, I'm going to have to smooth there. Nope, that's too much. Again, broken record. Wacom tablet makes life a whole lot easier here. I'm going to go smooth, and then I'm going to smooth this off a little bit. Remember, smoothing will reduce volume too. So if I have an area I really like, actually I'm really liking how that's looking up there. I don't want to really touch that. Okay. I could still do a little bit more on there, add a little bit more of a bulge onto it. And again, go by reference. Now, your clavicle really can't do much of that. Actually, that looks pretty good. But that's pretty much how we add our clavicle in. And I can, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm like, I do need to do a little more cleanup onto it. But you know, I could add a little more volume on there. But things like this too, when you start getting a lot of push on this, we'll start using corrected blend shapes to fix a lot of that stuff. So have a good objective where you're going from it. My first one was to drop the arm, and I really didn't undo much weighting on the arm at this point. And if I zero that out, and I want to lift his arm above his head, I just do this. Like that. So that can use a little more weighting on it. You could definitely see there on it. We'd want to clean that up just a tad bit more on that. Maybe add a little more weight onto it. So yeah, it should be a little bit more of a bulge on that. But you know, use your own body for anatomy and just go through it and have your good objective on here. And I could see this edge of loops here should be a little bit more, a little cleaner, a little less jagged. Go into my arm, smooth on that one. See? We want clean edge loops. It means the texturing is going to like you. Okay, and that's pretty much doing our clavicle.